Hey, hello and welcome to sportingways.com. My name's Thomas Rooney. I'm joined by Joe Rooney once again. This week we're looking ahead to the Euro 2012 matches. It all gets underway on Friday evening with a look at the first round of fixtures this week, looking at a prediction for each one and then a couple of points on each team as well. And we're going to start with the opening game of the tournament, which is on Friday at 5 p.m. It's Poland versus Greece. And we will talk about Poland to begin with. Obviously, they're the co-hosts with great expectations. Do you think that's something they should enjoy or be nervous of?
I think it's something they should enjoy, definitely. You know, they've got the big advantage of being at home. They're sure to create a great atmosphere, and it's something that they have to use in their favour, definitely.
And they haven't played competitively, for quite a while, but they've played lots of home games in friendly matches, just with the preparation firmly on this tournament. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, like you say, they've played plenty of home matches. I mean, there's no point in them going away, is there? You know, all their focus is to this tournament, and it's getting used to their surroundings, the atmosphere they're going to create. And yeah, it's something that they really need to use to their advantage.
And there's not too many sort of star men in their team, but there is one standout one, definitely, and that's Robert Lewandowski, who's Borussia Dortmund's Player of the Year, scored lots of goals, and he'll give Greece's defence some problems and any other team in the tournament.
Yeah, he's really, I think he's one to watch for this tournament. He can really set it alight, I think. He scored goals for Dortmund this season. He's done it on the big stage for them in the German Cup final. And I think he really is one to watch.
Okay, and for Greece, obviously they won Euro 2004, but you know that's really realistically not going to happen again. And it'd be a bigger shock if they went to the latter stages this time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not too many people are talking about Greece going far, but you know they dealt with that underdogs tag, superbly in 2004. You can't write them off. You know they've been good enough to get to the tournament, so they're good enough to progress to it.
And having said that, the group is probably one they can get out of, although they probably do need to win this one. And in terms of their approach, I mean, they've got a few talented youngsters in there who kind of weren't there in 2004, like Ninas and people like that. But it's more about team ethic and organisation for Greece, isn't it, once again, and 1-0 victories. Yeah,
I think it's making themselves hard to beat, is the thing, and relying on Ninas to sort of come up with that something special. I think he scored a fantastic goal against Israel, which sort of almost a solo effort. He needs to be doing stuff like that on a regular basis, and they've got to be solid in the defence and just really work as a team and build a great team spirit.
Okay, we'll go for a prediction on this one. It's Poland versus Greece. I've actually got a funny feeling that Greece will actually nick the win. Like I said there, they'll be over 1-0 victories, and I think they'll upset Poland on this opening one. I'm going for Poland 0, Greece 1.
Yeah, I think Poland, they're going to thrive off. I think that they've been waiting for this for so long. They're going to really enjoy being at home. I think they're going to win this one 2-1.
Okay, next up we've got Russia versus Czech Republic. Another Group A game. This is on 7:45 on Friday evening, and we'll look at Russia to begin with. They made it to the Euro 2008 semi-finals, obviously, so they've shown their pedigree in major tournaments there. And they're also unbeaten in 14 matches, so they go in some good form. Have they got a chance?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they have. I think they drew quite a lot of these games in their run, but their recent victory, they had a 3-0 win in Italy, which really just showed that I think they mean business in this tournament, and I think they're a dark horse for it.
Okay, and I think the atmosphere is something they could relish as well, sort of the conditions, sort of the hostile atmosphere in Poland and Ukraine is set to be, and they're also in very good spirits, as I mentioned, so yeah, they can go with some momentum. In terms of their players, they've also got Pavlyuchenko and Arshavin and people like that who are familiar to Premier League football fans. They've also got Alan Dzagov, who's a star man of qualifying, very creative player, and do you think they've got enough in the mix there to really cause some problems?
Yeah, I think they have. I think they've got a lot of creativity and a lot of good going forward. I really think they are. And they play some great football, and Arshavin, he didn't have a good time at Arsenal, did he? But this is somewhere he's going to be looking to really prove a point, I think. And they've certainly got the players in their locker to cause all sorts of teams upsets.
Okay, that's the Czech Republic. Obviously, they haven't been discussed too much. Do you think they'll maybe enjoy that lack of attention, really, because they kind of go under the radar, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think they can just, get on with their jobs. They believe in themselves, believe in their own ability. Glad that no one's talking about them, because, they can then go quietly about their business and just sort of spring up out of nowhere almost.
And whether you think of Czech Republic, I mean, I personally always think of Euro 96 and Karol Poborski, and they got to the semi-finals, and that sort of shows that, if you get a bit of a run together, they can maybe go that far. In terms of their players, they've got Petr Cech in goal, obviously probably arguably the best keeper in the world, and he'll be very busy. They're relying on the likes of sort of Rosicky at Arsenal for creativity, though, and what do you think that says about their chances? He's a good player, but he hasn't been great for Arsenal all the time.
No, he's not. He's
captain as well.
Yeah, he's not had a great season for Arsenal. We know that, but on his
I think
day,
he had his moments.
on his day, he's a very good player. I mean, in their 5-2 win over Tottenham, he was absolutely fantastic, and he's got to be looking to find that kind of form. Put in some captain's performances, and Petr Cech, he's one of the most reliable keepers ever. He's not making too many mistakes, and as we know, if they do go far in the tournament, penalty shootouts, he's brilliant at them.
Okay, so I'll go for a prediction on this one: Russia versus Czech Republic. As far as a very tight group, I think we have a really tight game. And in the end, I think sort of losing this one really would put either of them in a bit of trouble. So I think I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1.
Yeah, I like the look at Russia at the minute. I think they're in fantastic form. They're set up perfectly for this. I think Russia are going to win it 2-0.
Okay, next up we've got Saturday's fixtures. It's Holland versus Denmark. It's a 5 PM kick-off in Group B of Euro 2012, and we'll talk about Holland to begin with. And obviously they're one of the favourites for the tournament, no doubt whatsoever, to go all the way. They showed how destructive they can be recently with a 6-0 win over Northern Ireland. They did lose at home to Bulgaria recently, though, and that just shows that they're not quite well beaters yet. They are capable of really slipping up on the day, and arguably it could go very wrong for them because they've got a tough group to get out of. So what do you think about Holland's chances?
Yeah, I think that loss to Bulgaria almost goes out the window a little bit. But after you put in such a convincing performance against Northern Ireland, 6-0, I think that it shows that they were at their best and that they can go into the tournament full of confidence. And I don't think they're going to be thinking about that defeat to Bulgaria too much. Yeah.
And obviously with Robin van Persie leading the lineup, anyone who's got him in his side has got a chance of beating teams and progressing through the group and going all the way eventually. Do you think? Obviously a fantastic shout for the Golden Boot, Robin van Persie.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is his tournament. This is his time to do it. It really is. And I think he's still going to be. He's going to be wanting to take his form from Arsenal into the national side, and he's done that in the friendlies, and now it's time for him to do it on the big stage.
And obviously, I think Holland they've had a lot of major tournament hurt over the years, really. And most recent, obviously, in 2010, they lost the final to Spain, and they felt that was quite unjust on that day. So there'll still be a lot of hurt there, and I think when it gets to the latter stages, maybe that'll come back to them. And I've got a feeling I don't really fancy them to go too far in the tournament. I think maybe quarterfinals, semi-finals. I just think they've got a lot of players that maybe had their chance. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. I think you say, don't you, that you lose in the latter stages, and then the next tournament you go on and you can use that as sort of inspiration to go and win it. But when it happens that many times, it becomes almost like a burden for them. And oh God, here we go, we're in the latter stages again. Are we gonna slip up again? So yeah, it's going to be tough for them. But they've just got to be. If they're at their best, they'll get to the final, I think.
And obviously, this is a game they probably definitely have to win to make sure they progress, because Portugal. And also on the other side, who else was it? Portugal and Germany in the group. So, and speaking about Denmark, tough start to the group, as we said there. They got Holland, Germany, and Portugal to face, which is 3 incredibly tough games. And on paper, you wouldn't back them to get anything from them. But win this one, and who knows? What do you think? They'll just be going in with pressure off, really.
Yeah. I mean, to words out of my mouth, pressure's off them. It really is. Not too many people are expecting things, but they're a good side. They won their group, didn't they? In qualifying ahead of Portugal. So they're not to be taken lightly.
And obviously got Nicholas Bendtner leading the line, which lots of English football fans would probably make a joke about that, and sort of the fact that they're relying on him, then a few problems. But in all seriousness, now they got Christian Eriksen, who's an attacking midfielder and really is a top class player. He had a sort of showed potential a couple of years ago, and this could be a real big tournament for him, and possibly could get a big move after this.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he's going to be looking to do as well. I think prove himself on the biggest stage, and just going back to Bendtner as well. I think he does come in for a lot of criticism, but if he's given the service, he can score goals. There's no doubt about it, and this could be his time to do it as well. Who
knows? Okay, we'll go for prediction on this one: Holland versus Denmark. I can't see anything other than Holland win. I think it might be more difficult than you expect. Obviously, opening games of the tournament are often a bit scrappy and stuff. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Holland.
Yeah, I can also see a Holland win here, but I think they're going to do it a bit more convincingly. I think with the form they showed against Northern Ireland, they look to be on top of their game, and I think they'll win this one 3-0. Okay, next up, we've got the second Group B fixture at 7:45 on Saturday evening. It's Germany versus Portugal. Definitely one of the probably the best looking game of the first fixtures in Euro 2012. Talk about Germany to begin with, and they're the second favourites. They're the major tournament experts, as many would consider them. But in reality, in recent years, they've been the nearly men, haven't they? Yeah, they have. I mean, people always say that Germany have a knack for tournament football, but recently, they've been finishing runners-up or third place, and they need to go on and win a tournament. I think with just the sides they've got.
This generation.
I think they need to go on and win something.
Okay, and obviously in the friendly matches, I don't know, we've said before, how much can you read into them? Probably not a lot, but they did lose 5-3 to Switzerland. Obviously it was a weaker Germany side, right? I think they've been annoyed that sort of a couple of younger players didn't step up and put their name forward, but you can't read too much into that, we don't think.
Yeah, but possibly you can, because conceding 5 goals to a team that hasn't qualified for the tournament, I think whatever side you put out is really not good enough. To score 3 goals against them and not win the game is something that they'll be worried about. But they've got to move on, and just hope that they can't read too much into it, really.
Okay, and obviously leading the line is Mario Gomez. He's had a great season domestically, and he's got plenty of capable players behind him as well, haven't they? Sort of going forward, they are a massively brilliant force, really.
Oh yeah, they're devastating going forward. They really are. And if Gomez and Ozil and Schweinsteiger are all at their best, then they're going to be a joy to watch as well, because they play some fantastic football. But he's got to step up to the plate, because in the sort of major finals for Bayern Munich this year, he hasn't done it.
No.
So there's no good scoring 3 goals at home to a team that are going to get relegated. He's got to go and do it against Portugal. Yeah.
And obviously, do you think maybe a 5-3 sort of result, lots of goals either way, could be the pattern for Germany this summer?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're very, very good going forward, but that does leave them vulnerable at the back, definitely. And with their fullbacks, like Spitlam, not wanting to go so far forward, I think that could leave them exposed at the back, definitely. Okay,
and Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo. Is there anything more to say, or is he that good that he really is the main man?
He is the main man, but they can't be just relying on him all the time. They've got to be hoping that, like Nani, Nani's a very good player. He hasn't been brilliant for Manchester
Stiger as well.
Yeah, but Nani, he hasn't been brilliant for Manchester United this season. But he's really got to go and give that support to Ronaldo, because no matter how good you are, you can't win a tournament.
And in fairness, Ronaldo, he hasn't actually done it properly in the major international tournaments.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. But I think under Paulo Bento, their new manager, I think. I've read a lot about sort of saying that he's really looking to build a side around Ronaldo, which is what you've got to do. You don't rely on him, but you build a team around him, definitely.
Okay, they've been very poor in the build-up. Obviously, we mentioned friendly matches quite a lot. They've had 3 friendlies, drawn 2-0, and most recently lost 3-1 at home to Turkey. So momentum-wise, not great, but they've got goals in them when they get going. And obviously, you mentioned Ronaldo. But do you think they'd probably take a draw in this one?
I think so. I think definitely just take a draw in your first one. Look to beat Denmark. So weakest opposition, no disrespect to them, but
try and get something against Holland.
You try and get something against Holland, but I think losing your last game before you go into the tournament is the friendly that's the most important. And I think losing at home to Turkey, like I say, a team that hasn't qualified, it's really not great preparation for them.
Okay, but we'll see how much it sort of changes things on the day, and we'll go for a prediction on this one. I think Germany are going to win it, but only narrowly. I think, I think it'll be a reasonably cagey affair, but these are 2 sides that do like to attack. Obviously, Portugal through Ronaldo and Germany through their several attacking talents. In the end, I think Germany will win 2-1.
Yeah, I can see a few goals in this one, definitely, but I think it's going to be tight between the 2 sides, and I think it's actually going to be 2-2. Yeah.